Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Economic Development. Does he agree with the Dominion Post article "From Step Change to a Giant U-Turn" regarding the government's plans for mining, and what plans in his capacity as Minister of Economic Development does he have to replace that step change?
Honourable
Mr Speaker, no, and if the member had been listening yesterday, he'd have heard a list of the initiatives this government is undertaking to enhance the development of the New Zealand economy. Achieving an economic step growth for New Zealand, step change for New Zealand, is not reliant on one single sector of the economy, as the member seems to wish to suggest. We want a balanced economy with widespread markets and a broad range of products and services. The member should know that one swallow a summer does not make.
The Honourable David Parker.
Has the Minister seen the pages on his own MED website entitled Regional Development and Industry Development, which list about 8 initiatives, all of which were put in place under Labour, with no new additions from him?
The Honourable Drew Brumley.
Mr Speaker, I have seen the website. I am aware of those many initiatives, but I would say that the one stark difference between this government and that is that where those programs have been seen to have value and can make a difference, we have funded them. They did not. For 9 years, they did not fund them.
The Honourable David Parker.
Has the Minister seen the very lonely update on his own ministry's website under New Zealand Economic Development Recent Updates, which only has one entry, which is the large budget screen production grant introduced under Labour and retained without amendment under his busy watch?
The Honourable Drew Brumley.
Mr Speaker, the MED website is an excellent place to find out what the government department is doing, and I commend others to have a look as well.
Katrina Shanks.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. To the Minister, how can the government assist the development of the New Zealand economy?
The Honourable Drew Brumley.
Mr Speaker, the economic step change in New Zealand will be achieved by working towards developing a more dynamic economy with a diverse range of export sectors and a range of markets for those goods. Mr Speaker, I would simply ask the member to consider just exactly what's going on in the New Zealand economy at the moment. We had, prior to the election, 5 years of going backwards, 5 years of negative growth, 5 years of exports going down the tube. We now have a projection of 170,000 new jobs over the next 4 years, incomes of households over that time rising by some $7,000, and as Mr English explained to the House before, for the first time since 2002, the tradable sector now exceeds the non-tradables. These people haven't got a clue how an economy would work.
The Honourable David Parker.
Why, when John Key last December said that there would be many new moves in the economic development space and promised a step change to catch up with Australia, is there scant evidence of a plan and no targets or dates before 2025 against which National is willing to be judged?
The Honourable Drew Brumley.
Mr Speaker, I've just outlined 2 very, very significant measures that New Zealanders tangibly feel. And I think the member needs to stop believing his own rhetoric, stop puddling around in his sort of dream that you can change the economy by winning lotto, and look at some of the real things that this government is doing.
Point of order.
Point of order, the Honourable David Parker.
I seek leave to table copies of the pages of the Ministry of Economic Development website.
Order, we're
which
not
seek to
going to
list
be
only
doing that.
Labour
It's
initiatives.
available to all members. Question number 8, Chester Borrows.